Look, I'm trying to. I guess the goy in me is trying to figure out some way to bring this across because it's. I mean, it has to do with numbers and gematria and Aleister Crowley and Greek, Hebrew. It has to do with a lot of stuff that people don't. It's not that they don't want to know what it is. They don't have it in them to know what it is. They understand. Listen, when I mean these human cavities are just the human being is just thrown into this world. Okay, every baby is coming through these structures now, these hospitals, and the cell is going to represent any kind of housing. It doesn't matter. And every one of those houses has screens. They all have screens. Okay, and those screens have controlled and designed the optic nerve. It has programmed emotion, thought, created fate characters. So when you're dealing with a human, you're really not even dealing with anything that they've truly experienced. Especially in America. There's TVs and screens everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And if you tell an individual, that you care about, and you say, look, you're in a fake system, they don't have it in them. They don't have it in them. But, when it comes to gematria, this is Crawley right here. Okay? Just real quick. There's a chapter right there, gematria. But it goes into, then right here, this is stuff you got to listen to. It says it must be first spoken of the exoteric Kabbalah to be found in books, a shell of that perfect fruit of the tree of life. Next we deal with the esoteric teachings of it, as Frater P. was able to understand them. And of these we shall give examples showing the falsity and absurdity of the uninitiated path, the pure truth and reasonableness of the hidden way. For the student unacquainted with the rudiments of the Kabbalah, we recommend the study of S.L. Mather's introduction to his translation of the three principal books of the Zohar and Westcott's introduction to the study of the Kabbalah. We venture to append a few quotations from the former document, which will show the elementary principles of calculation. So right there, just listen to those words within these books. The former document, this is before the schools here, documents, which will show the elementary principles of calculation. Elementary schools, the humans are they're the numbers. Principles, principalities. It is beyond black magic. And then it says right here, here, let me help you. Yeah. It says, the literal Kabbalah is divided into three parts: Gematria, Notorakan, and Tamora. And I ain't getting into all that. And it says Gematria is a metathesis, and I'm just using these words. Of the Greek word, whatever, it is based on the relative numerical values of words. Words of similar numerical values are considered to be explanatory of each other, and this theory is extended to phrases. And then it talks about whatever letters, Elohim, and all this. And it says, I'm not going to get into Notorakan. But see, it's very vague. It's why it said we recommend you get this book from Mathers. And it's just It's a fart journey. But what we're going to do is look right here at Crawley's numbers. He's got the number 888. All these numbers represent something. It says the grand scale of 8. And remember in the Mercury video, Mercury's the 80th. 8. Hod on the tree of life. The tree of life, Hod. Not had, you idiot, Google. Hod, the 8th sphere. The 8th sphere represents Mercury, the messenger of the gods. Stole, brought down fire, Prometheus, if you know that story. But it's very important to understand and just listen. And it says the grand scale of 8. So we can go ahead and tie in 8 if you've been tagging along, because the brains of the regular humans are not going to understand it. They ain't even going to have it in them to say, what the fuck is he talking about? Let me go back and look. Nope, they're having an orgy with anything other than fucking getting out of what they're in. It says the grand scale of 8, the Greek numeration, therefore the Redeemer connecting with 6 because of its 6 letters. This links Greek and Hebrew symbolism. So Greek and Hebrew symbolism. This is just coming from here. And it says the 13 of the sun of the zodiac was perhaps the responsible for Buddha and his 12 disciples. Christ and his 12 disciples. Charlemagne is not to alter the number of the signs in the zodiac veneration, for 666 does not commit me to admiration of Napoleon and Gladstone. What the fuck ever that means. Okay, so we've got sort of like a definition. I got my little holly stick. It's been charged under full moons. I've had it for a while, so... But when we're talking about, like, this is Sstanic Gematria terms we're going to go over in a minute. And these terms have everything to do with your livelihood. Just these. And they're real terms. Terms in agreement. Okay? Jeez. Remember, a license to depart. You may go get it? No, it doesn't matter. License, here, we'll Google it. Let's see what it says. License to depart. The Lesser Key of Solomon. There it is. See, we can just Google it. Wizard Forums. Encyclopedia term. So, oh, right there it is. Just Google the license to depart. Oh, yeah, that was another one. I remember. Hang on a minute. Just hang with me. Ahrimanic departments. Yep. And then I'll put United Nations ritual. There we go. And just in case this wants to erase it. Just hang with me, okay? Okay, so we're sitting here talking about 8, the license to depart. You have licensed departments. You go to the you always heard you got a license. Are they licensed? You know, these department stores and all this commerce and shit. Well, it's black magic is what it is. And you can Google the Lesser Key of Solomon. Go it's crazy. Let's see. I got a different light in here. That's why. There you go. So I'll read some of it. It says, O thou spirit north, because thou hast diligently answered unto my demands, and hast been very ready and willing to come at my call. I do here license thee to depart unto thy proper place. So you get licenses to go to the proper place would be your housing and that your cell. That's the unseen is the seen, black magic, scenes. Without causing harm or danger unto man or beast. There's your laws. Law. It's like in that movie Nefarious when he says that and that demon goes, law. Uh-huh. As long as it's law. What's Saturn? And it says, depart then, I say, and be thou very ready to come at my call. Being duly exercised and conjured by the sacred rites of magic. I charge thee to withdraw peaceably and quietly. That's why in court you're charged. You're summoned to court because you're dead. This is what they're talking about in court system. You're dead. The judge used to be 6 feet above you. Your last name is the surname. That's above and beyond the Christian name. So your first name means absolutely nothing. In Christianity, you can't worship two masters, and the last name is who we worship. That's the Ahrimanic side. Ahriman's job is to turn the living into the dead while living, and to ingrain that in them. And it says, I charge thee to withdraw peaceably and quietly, in the peace God ever be continued between thee and I am. After thou hast given the spirit license to depart. Okay, you go to wine and spirits. Yeah, they've got spirit. There's a hospital down here called Common Spirit with a cross on it. And it's like, these people are so fucking gone. And it says, thou art not to go out of the circle, which is the ritual. You got to have a circle until he or they be gone, and until thou shalt have made prayers and rendered thanks unto God for the great blessings he hath bestowed upon thee, in granting thy desires and delivering thee from all the malice of the enemy, the devil. Also note, thou mayest command these spirits into the vessel of brass in the same manner as thou doest into the triangle, by saying that thou doest forthwith appear before this circle in this vessel of brass in a fair yada yada yada. Conjuring. They're conjuring. And then the jury, they're conjuring. Ooh, let's get together. We're going to come up with we're going to summon. With the same way the 12 constellations summon, together spring what we're in now, post-Earth, is the same fucking way these dumb idiots, they think, oh yeah, we're going to summon a verdict. The whole point is it's a license to depart. Okay? And some of y'all know a little about the Ahrimanic thing. So the top right there, here, I'll let you get a screenshot of that if you want to, and we'll go over it. You should be able to see that. Okay. You have United Nations ritual. Is 9/11. Ahrimanic departments. Ahrimanic departments. Okay, departments represents materialism. What that means is turning the living into the dead. It's black magic. These souls are gone. So the dead would be turning nature, destroying nature, manipulating nature into possessions, creating worldly emotions. So turning life into the dead. So now these goy are consumers, consuming. Con is the 33 in Satanic, 137 prime ritual. So they're consuming these forces that are dead. So their emotions, that when they go, the ability to satisfy the emotion of picking and getting shit and all that, it'll be there, but the satisfaction won't when they go. That's just a small example. And these departments is exactly that. It's the exterior. That's the Ahriman thing. Do you understand that now? Like with toys, they go destroy nature, spirit, and then create these toys out of them. That, and the technology that was summoned here to brought in this world to turn it all around and destroy it. So when these children are playing with these toys, it's like these gadgets. These are made from nature. These are broken down from the same elements. We're made of the same elements. Okay? And that's the whole thing is. When people can't understand that this is a medium. This is a medium, and it represents death. It is dead. It is a dead fucking spirit of Ahriman. These terms right here are real. Matt is almost there on these terms right here. That's why terms and agreement, every license, any department that you think is state, federal, schools, anything, it has to do with what we just read. It has to do with soulless goy is what it has to do. Their souls, we can go straight to the numbers and give it to you. Let's go down through there. The one under Ahrimanic departments, I don't want to make this real long. Sstanic Gematria, term Sstanic Gematria, is 666. Okay? We don't have to get into that. Right under that is satanic blood worship. It is 888. Right under that is nameless hidden beings. 888. Right under that is created goy divisions. 888. Right under that, you've got goy screen connection. 888. Right under that, you've got, because it's all about Saturn, Saturnian TV guidance. 888. Right under that is a worldwide goy plague. 888. It's coming. Right under that, Goyim Coca-Cola Classic. 888. And that's the big one. Not just the United Nations ritual equaling 9/11, and then it's funny that happened on 9/11, and then how we're screaming Ahriman represents motherfucking demon materialism that have to do with black magic. You're stupid, Matt, 9/11. That's why you have 9/11 on all the cop cars, because it's a demon. K9. K is the 11th letter, 119 backwards. But do you see the classic soda one, Goyim 888? Because, see, that's the first real billboards to be everywhere. The Coca-Cola shit. It sure is. And that's the big one to see for the cube of 8. And then under that, you've got floating blackened goy. Blackened is a Saturnian word because it has to do with heavy shit. But floating has to do with these shells on the other side in this elemental sphere of demons and shit that's waiting for the goy on the other side. And then the printing press, you've got printed Saturn words. Yeah, it's 888. And then right under that, you've got lifetime goy obedience. 888. Okay? And then under that, you might not have seen these, but we'll go under. I'll show you again. These, lifetime goy obedience is 888. I'll talk about these terms in just a second. You've got goy behavior is 512. Okay? Goy behavior is 512, which is the 8th cube. 8 times 8 times 8 is 512 for goy behavior. Listen, you're in a fucking prison in your subconscious. You don't know that. Okay, and then under that, we've got Coliseum Terrorist, 888. Under that, we've got Saturnic Phrygian Cap. If you know what that is, it's a very big symbol, 888. Under that, Saturnic Incarnation. That's talking about these goy, 888. Saturnalia Goyim Farm, 888. And those are very, 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 very powerful. But just to give you, all these terms are, let me get this in here. All right. That term, first and last names, is 666. First and last names is 666. And then we've got this. The term black magic words is 666. Okay, so it's what we were saying. If you can go back, get away from me. If you can go back in your thinking, well, let's just do it again. Come here, little demon gadget. Who invented the printing press? Johannes Gutenberg is credited with inventing the printing press in the 15th century. So, in the 1400s, in Germany around 1440, the goldsmith Johannes Gutenberg invented the movable type printing press, which started the printing revolution, which is the printing demon fucking shit. 1440, you take the zero out, 144 is 12 times 12 square. So, you see, Saturn's all about squares, and 12 and 12 is this. 1 and 2 is 3, 1 and 2 is 3. It's a 33 ritual, because it's not real. But these terms, you know, when you're creating, when this humanity that you know of right now, you know, this the technology, if he can show you, but let's see if we can tell you. Like, if you go through these bloodlines, not too far back, it doesn't matter what color you are. You know, these bloodlines were slowly being hexed. They were being casted with dark fucking forces. Okay? And these terms, you know, rituals were set up. Big time fucking rituals. Bigger than what you could think of. And a lot of blood spilled, like, and continuously now, to keep it going. And it's too big for you to think about that. And he's tried to tell you, you know, if you can go at it, what's in you, which is a demon of Ahriman, if you can identify that shit, you have no idea. Listen, I can do the soulless goy shit. Let's see. I don't want to do this, but because this shit drains you. What is it? It's just draining. What is it? Don't do that. Let's see. I don't know. But when it comes to like souls, it's they're not real. They can't be real. They can't be because they're just guided by these. They're guided by these impulses. And see, that's the gematria behind it. Like the TV guidance. You understand what I'm saying? Hang on. See, you've got Saturnian TV guidance. There's a ton of these. And this ain't about trying to justify any of this. Because this is real. It doesn't matter what anybody says. So, you know, lifetime Goy obedience. And see, like on this piece of paper, the Audi symbol. What is it? Nope, I messed that up. All right, let me do this again. Did I mess it up again? It doesn't matter. There it is. It's 3/8. Yeah. Let's see. The Audi symbol. All right, look. There's the Audi symbol.
Four rings, according to Audi Great Neck. Beyond its surface elegance, the four rings emblem conceals a profound symbolism nestled within each ring. Audi's ring signifies
You shut the fuck up. No, it don't. It's this. Look, it's 3/8. All right, there's 4 lines. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 1 loop. There's 8, 8, 8. Okay, so when you write them out on these lines right here, you've got 3 8s. And then when you combine them straight across, you're going to get those 4 rings because a few are overlapping. That's a fucking lie. That's exactly what that is. And for any one person with a dumb Ahrimanic mind to say, he is fucking crazy, they're a screen brand human. If you take this shit away, they're not real. They have nothing in them at all whatsoever good. It is sad that even their emotions, they come through that shit. And they just all sit, I can see them all anywhere I go now. It's like I can see the whole fucking grid of these idiots and the billions of them and the souls that they think they have, but they're so fucking not. You know, and it's just the energy is a word we can use that's being sucked, just inflicted on purpose and sucked out of them. These emotions, they're put into them, and all this fucking fake fear and all that shit, it has to do with the other side. And you have no idea how big this fucking thing is. It is so huge and evil and very fucking smart. Very smart. So, and it created all the minds of the ones saying, no, I'm the one that's fucking smart. No, you're not. It's not real. None of it is. You know, but like you seeing shit like that will open the door up to you possibly understanding like huge fucking black path magicians. Like getting together, they're getting ready to set this English demon alphabet up. You know, Because I'm telling you, look, this Satanic Gematria was there. It was there, and then everything was fucking created around it. See, I'd put in ovens for this fucking guy in these Domino stores, and they would go in and set the floor for the oven, and then the whole store is built around it. And that experience alone just went, wow, because it's the ones who created that shit. So, you got to put the motherfucking power in there first. The one that's going to generate a lot of fucking shit. And you see the oven, which is going to be the big daddy. This is the oven. Satanic Gematria is the oven. And it is going to fucking enslave the world forever. Forever. Like it has been doing. And this is just a few. Each one of these numbers represent demons. 911's a big boy. 888's a big boy. I'm in both of them. That's what I'm saying. I'm a real fucking time traveler to these individuals. This is the truth, too. They love giving you shit in their little shows and bullshit. That's just fucking shows, Matt. Is it? Is it? Mister, I've seen 50 fucking thousand hours of TV and don't even know what reality is. We don't like him. And that's what people say. And then they go right fucking back. They never exercise. They never move their anatomy. They never breathe the way their lungs are created. They never adjust their eyes to long distances, smell flowers and rub petals and, compost and do shit God put you on this earth to do. Very few things. Create relationships with life forms. No, they go by the chemicals to kill it, to look good. That's Arimon. Not only do you kill the life, you buy plastic that they fucking destroyed to put the chemicals in. So you double kill everything. So, but I got to go because I got to get something to eat. But it's very serious. Okay, but, they get into these rituals and then, blood is spilt and sacrificed and all that shit. This goes way back. When you're looking at the wars, man, those were huge fucking blood sacrifices. Big ones. In 1984, when was it? When was the Challenger explosion? January 28th of 86. Yeah, I think I was in third grade. And that's a dead giveaway. They just rode TVs in all the schoolrooms. Yeah. And then flew that shit up there and blew it up, too. You not see that shit? That's one small example. That shit ain't real. Ain't none of it real. That's fucking black magic. So think about that. Think about being in school and them rolling in TV saying, yeah, it's all important. There's a teacher, the first one ever. Oh, boo, bad day. Oh, God. And do you not see that? It fucks the nervous system up, the emotions. Children, it fucks everything up. And it's like, for one, that has nothing to do with any school or getting better at any fucking thing whatsoever. Since the existence of NASA, it not has helped one fucking human being. And that's how ignorant that these goy are. It's proof that all they do is watch shit. Commercial space, kids meal space, every fucking thing that there is. T-shirts, hats, all that shit. It's funny how they went inside, printing press, came out and said, there it is, after fucking however many generations were forced to look down. Yeah. They said a long time ago, people were like, I'm gonna sit here and go backwards. Yeah. Because if I go backwards, it's like, the fucked up thing is if you'll open your eyes will not lie. That's the Arimon. Are you dead? If you're alive, then you'll see it. That's the test. If you can't see all that, you don't have a soul or a spirit. You don't. That means your worth is that shit. It's a scream. That means every fucking thing that you depend on for an answer comes through that. Everything that I depend on comes through that. and my fucking brain. You understand? It's not that hard. It's literally right above everybody's head, and they're fucking idiots. They are. And they'll just sit there and look at you. It's because they don't have nothing in here. It's been fucking gone for generations. So if you're listening to this far in, you're very lucky. I have nothing to do with this. Who I think that, has to do with Matt, has nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to speak in a fucking language that's low enough to where it's not so Ahrimanic IQ to where you can't understand it, but you see it. But you don't want an explanation of fucking bullshit and all these long bullshit Ahrimanic words saying, yeah, it's no, just go outside. Just go outside and give your asshole to sunrises, sunsets, the moon cycles, and in fucking 3 months you'll be out of it. And then you might be like, oh my God. And it's like, no, you're lucky. Because some people that have seen it and showed too, seen it and admitted it. And it's just not powerful enough. They're right back in the world's ass. Oh man, there's all this. Those are impulses that they were born with and ingrained with from birth to never go against those. I love you.